Hello everyone, my name is Ian Tai. First of all, thank you so much for watching this video. And in this video, I'm going to share with you how you can calculate the return on your net worth. And without further ado, let's begin. So first of all, you may want to prepare a Google spreadsheet like this, or you can actually use an Excel spreadsheet. And before we calculate the returns, we may need to actually calculate your net worth. So in order to do that, you need to prepare two things. Number one, you may need to list down the assets and of course the liabilities that you owe. So assets are stuff that you own, liabilities are stuff that you owe. So we have to go through a list, and here I'm going to just quickly come up with a few items that you may actually want to include in. For example, you may put in cash, your FD. If you have any investments like for example unit trust, you can put in unit trust, stocks, ASB. Or if you have a car, you can actually put in a car. If you have a personal residence, you can put in personal properties. Alright. Or of course, if you have an investment property, you may put in property number 2. Alright. So I believe you can actually fill in this particular section, the assets column, according to your own financial condition. And now I'm going to move on to liabilities. So for example, if you have a property, then you may want to put in your mortgage. You can actually put in two separate mortgages, one for your personal residence and the other one is for your investment property. And of course, you can actually put in your car loan since you have a car. Do you have any personal loan? If you have, you may want to put in personal loan. Or if you have any outstanding credit card balance, put in credit card. And of course, if you have PTPTN loan, you may just want to put that in. Okay, so this is step number 1. Now step number 2 is to actually fill in the value in ringgit for each and every single assets that you own, and of course every single liabilities that you owe. Alright, so before I do that, let me just realign this to center. Okay, now let's go through them. I'm gonna just put in a fictitious figure for each and every single one of them. Alright, I'm very sure that you can actually put in according to your own financial conditions. So let's move on to mortgages. Okay, fantastic. Once you have done this, the next thing you need to do is to actually put in the return of your investment in terms of percentage and as well as the amount. So for example, if you have received no interest from your cash, then you just put 0 or 0%. FD, I suppose, is 3%. Alright, and then of course for unit trust, I'm not too sure. You may put in a fictitious amount, let's say 5%, 6%, 7%. For car, since it's a depreciating asset, so let's say for example you may want to put in -5%. And for properties, since property 1 is actually your personal residence, let's say it appreciates by 3% per annum. And for property 2, you have, let's say, not only it appreciates by 3% per annum, but you are generating a rental yield of 4%. So in total, you should have 7%. So you may put that in. And of course, you may calculate the returns on your asset, alright, based on the percentage of returns that you are receiving. So obviously, we are going to do C3 multiplied by D3, and therefore the answer is 0. Let's scroll it down. Okay, and there you go. And of course, we may actually put this under number, and we may eliminate the cents. Okay, so there we go. We have the return for each and every single one of your assets. And now let's work the same for liabilities. Now for liabilities, instead of returns, we may just want to put interest in both percentage and as well as the ringgit amount. So for example, for mortgage 1 and 2, let's say your interest is 4.5%, and your car loan, let's say, is about 3.5%. I don't know. You just put in the amount of figures which is relevant. Personal loan should be higher, credit card should also be higher, PTPTN should be lower. So I'm just gonna, make sure that the decimal places are aligned. And of course, I will also do the same thing, just as in assets. The same for liabilities. You may want to do H3, which is the value of your liabilities, multiplied by the interest charge, which is I3. Let's make this a similar to the returns, just the amounts will do, and scroll down. Okay, so these are the interests payable on an annual basis, and of course the returns. Alright, so I believe this is an overly simplified version, and right now what we need to do is this. We need to calculate both your total assets and as well as total liabilities. Alright, and as well as the total returns, and of course the total interest payable from your liabilities. Now to do that, we just need to use this. It's easier to actually work with Google Spreadsheet because a lot of things are actually much easier to use. Okay, let me just align this to center. Alright, so right now what we have is your total assets, your total liabilities, the total returns from your assets, and as well as the total interest from your liabilities. Now, here's your net worth. Okay, so your net worth is your total assets minus off your total liabilities, and therefore this will be C13 minus H13. Therefore your net worth is 210,000 ringgit. And of course we need to actually calculate your total returns, your net returns from your net worth, which is this amount, E13, and minus off J13, which is the interest that is payable. And therefore here you go, on an annual basis your returns is 6,975. And of course finally your return on your net worth is calculated as followed. We take H14, no, 16, which is 6,975, and then you divide it by H15, which is your net worth, and there you go. Let's put this in percentage format, align it to center. So your total net worth is 210,000, and your return on your net worth is, in percentage terms, 3.32%. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you can calculate your return on your net worth. And this is a brief video. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more contents right at the bottom of your screen. See you then. Goodbye.